call her the queen of the jungle.
Yes, Kelly Diedring Harris is here. Don't squeeze it. As usual, she has brought a wild guest or two with her.
So, but before we see what Kelly has up to show, we'll give you a little clue with some video. Not too long ago, we visited the alligator farm in St. Augustine, and I got to feed a really, really large alligator named Hunter.
Watch where your knees go.
That's not recommended. Do not ever do this.
Would you look at that?
You were under close supervision.
Yes, I had to sign a waiver, and I had to make sure all my hands and fingers were still there. Yep, I'm okay. All right, it was really fun.
Okay, well, let's find out what Kelly has in store for us today.
And here she is.
Hello.
What's up, Kelly?
Good morning. Look what I brought you.
Aren't they
Alligators.
sweet?
These are baby alligators. Now, these come from nature's classroom, so these are education animals. You never want to do this in the wild. I'm going to preface this and start the segment that way.
Don't go picking up
We're not
alligators.
go picking up
I'll
babies.
hand one of
baby
you guys
ones.
this one. That's right. These are babies.
You know, she's
They're
got a
3
hole
months
in her
old.
hand already, so if she gets bit,
Who
it's
knew
really
that?
no big
Yeah,
deal
who knew
from
that the
this point
gators
forward.
weren't going to be the most dangerous part of the segment today?
Dave is actually more dangerous than this.
Now, these are 3 months old.
Beautiful.
They are American alligators. There are only 2 types of alligators in the world. Do you know what the other type of alligator is? Chinese alligator.
Okay, I'm glad we didn't try to guess.
There's
I've
an
never
American
gotten
alligator
it.
and a Chinese alligator. There are 23 species of crocodilians in the world.
Okay.
And these happen to be native to the southeastern United States. So we have these in our backyard here in Florida.
We've seen them.
Yeah, you have seen them. And they're very important to learn about for a couple of reasons. First of all, they look cute and cuddly right now,
They
correct?
really are.
But they certainly aren't when they're full grown.
And do they still sell them as pets? Because I remember, you know...
It's against the law. You need a permit to have an alligator as a pet. They do sell them for, you know, parts. I mean, people eat alligator. But American alligators are a huge success story of the Endangered Species Act. Believe it or not, we hunted these animals in the early 1900s through to like the 1950s and 60s to near extinction.
For what? Boots, purses?
For everything.
Meat?
Plus, yes, meat, boots, purses. People were afraid of them for a number of reasons. Now, they were placed on the Endangered Species Act, and within a number of 20 years, they're back. We've got over 1 million here in the state of Florida, so I like to tell people that they are a success story. Now, when you see one, if you're visiting the state of Florida, or if you live here, or if you're in the southeastern United States, because they range all the way from Texas up north into the Carolinas.
Okay.
So there are gators. They have the potential to live in any fresh water body. Okay, so if you can't see the bottom and you can't see what's in the water, don't jump in, don't stick your hand down in there, don't let your pets play in it.
Right, especially small pets.
Especially,
'Cause
yeah.
They've been known to eat a few dogs and cats.
Yeah, and they're opportunistic feeders, which means they will eat whatever they have the opportunity to grab. So don't give them that opportunity. Now, what they do mostly eat is fish, turtles, squirrels, raccoons, small mammals, but it's mostly fish and turtles because that's what's in their natural environment.
Right.
They are millions and millions and millions of years old. They are literally,
We're looking at a dinosaur
You're
here.
literally holding the closest living relative to a dinosaur.
Really?
Great.
Yeah, and so people, you know, they get the impression that reptiles aren't very smart. You know, I hear that a lot. Well, they're reptiles. They're cold-blooded. They're not very smart. But I say, if you've survived hundreds of millions of years, you've got to be pretty smart to have adapted.
You're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
Now, I understand these grow about 1 foot a year.
If they're fed properly, they grow about 1 foot a year.
That's incredible.
And they will grow throughout their entire lives. But once they become mature, around 6, 7, 8 years of age, they're going to start growing slower. A large male would be about 800 pounds to 1,000 pounds, and they would probably be 8 to 12 feet long. A female, she'll range anywhere from 300 to 600 pounds, and she'll be about 6 to 8 feet.
The one I fed, did you see the piece of video?
Yes,
the
that was
Hunter,
crazy.
it was about, what,
Wasn't
13,
that nuts?
14 feet. The guy
Yeah.
was huge.
In an environment like an alligator farm, you certainly don't want to do that in the wild, but you were in a controlled environment, and you were with professionals, but they can grow to be 12, 14, 16 feet sometimes. I mean, some of those alligators that you see, they get very, very big.
If you see something like this in your backyard, you know there's probably mama somewhere.
The babies will be defended by mom for up to 2 years.
Okay.
So I've heard people say before, well, it's just babies, but the mom is nearby. They are wonderful mothers. The sex of the babies are actually determined as they're kind of cooking in the nest. So the warmer the nest is, it's going to be a male, and the cooler the nest is, it's going to be a female. I mean, they're fascinating creatures.
They really are. Kelly Diedring Harris, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for bringing along these cute little friends.
Always
Won't
great
be so
having
cute
you
for
here.
long. Oh, he's getting moving.
For more information on Kelly, our wild queen of the jungle, please go to daytimeonline.tv.
Now let's toss things over to Daytime's own King of Hollywood, Sam Hallenbeck. Sam.
King of Hollywood, I like that title. Stick around.